Hey, John Haley.
John Haley.
I saw a TikTok the other day of a turtle yawning, and someone added it going, yes, over it.
Yeah.
It sounded like you.
You sent me that. Yeah. All right, who's coming in here?
Mograph shirt. This is my staff shirt. I never actually wore the blue one while I was there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, why can't it? Oh, I hate Skype.
Yeah.
Let me just, I'll just put us in together mode.
Do not
'Cause
do
I know
that.
you love that day.
You will ruin the shots with that if you hit that button.
I know how much you love together mode.
All right. What's up, everybody? Who's here? John Haley. Got Todd up in here. All right. People filing in. All right. The bit rate is lower than the recommended rate. I don't believe you.
Uh-oh.
It's
I
not
don't
true.
believe you.
We are at 4,000. I don't believe you.
I don't believe you.
I don't believe you. Landlady? Whoa. All right. Cool. All right. Let's see. I'll send it out to my one Facebook friend who might enjoy it. There we go.
Was it Kohl's the other day? And they had Harry Potter wands on sale for like $15. So I bought 2 of them. You know.
Like you do.
Avada Kedavra. Avada Kedavra.
All right.
You know, but I've been holding it like Voldemort the whole time. You know. It's fun to just play with.
You're good. You're good.
It's much cheaper. You can tell, you know, Ollivander didn't do as good of a job on it on this one
What's
as
up,
he
Chris?
did the previous version. You know.
Magic not included.
Yeah. For Schmidt.
Chris Schmidt, what's up? All right. I think we're ready to do a show. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Let's do this.
I think so.
All right. What's up and welcome to another Mograph Mocast. I'm Dave.
And I'm Matt. And joining us this week is Fred Colin.
Hello, guys. How are you?
And Mograph is a supplement to our site, mograph.com, which is a motion graphics tutorial site with tutorials, plugins, podcasts, and other Mograph stuff. And on the show, we talk about everything ranging from motion graphics to Cinema 4D, After Effects, plugins, render engines, doing business, doing taxes, being a contractor, or working for the man. You can email us info@mograph.com. Let us know what you think about the show. Questions, comments, concerns, queries, grievances, artist suggestions, show topic ideas. We're on mograph.com. And we are on youtube.com/Mograph. If you would like to get more information about the schedule, you can check it out there. You can see upcoming shows. We need to add to that list because we got some other people we've been scheduling. And if you want to check us out at mograph.com/live, you can see all the previous shows, videos, link to the podcast. That's where most people listen. And yes, send us your emails. Let us know what you want to hear about on the show, who you want to hear on the show. If you got a question, we'll try and answer it. If it's noob, we'll try and answer it. If it's expert, we probably won't answer it because we suck.
We might be able to. You know, we speak
try.
so down on ourselves about being experts, but I bet there's a few things that we are experts on.
I'm an
like
expert
running a
in-
podcast for 6 years, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, had a little bit of experience doing that.
One or two.
And doing events and stuff, which I feel
Events,
like
yeah.
Our latest event was a success.
I would like to think that it was, yes.
Yes, it sure seems like everybody enjoyed it. I did want to mention that next week, Mark will be back on, and Clinton Jones is going to join us as well, and we're going to do a Camp Mograph wrap-up. So if
The post-camp Mograph
yeah,
show.
the post-mortem,
Yeah.
it was a magical event. Everything seemed to go very well. Like I go every year. And well, of course I go every year, but every year when I get back, I feel like the post-camp depression,
Yes.
which I'm sure a lot of people do because it's over, but I also feel like renewed, and I also feel like that's my calling, and then I forget about it the rest of the year.
I know.
You know?
I don't know. I think about it all the time. I don't forget about it. You know.
The feeling, though.
Right now, I'm incredibly worried about trying to find a new place for next year. The stress of like finishing
we'll
one off
out.
and being like, well, you know, people are already booking venues and stuff like that. You know, you gotta find a place that's not booked up for the weekend that we're looking at. You know?
Right.
I don't know.
Well, I don't think there's a lot of graphics events that are booking up, you know, camps.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
But yeah, we'll figure that out. You know, we'll find a new place and let everybody know where it's going to be. It's going to be fun, and you know, the different camps we're looking at right now are really cool. It's kind of hard to decide.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
So.
I want to do the one that's closer to the airport.
Yeah, closer to the airport would be nice. The shuttle logistics.
Man,
my goodness.
Oh, that was so rough this year.
Wow.
But
it happened.
It happened.
Yeah, I do feel like I was just worrying about the shuttle the whole week, and I kind of like, it was always just on my mind, and
You took that stress off of me from last year. Last year that was
rough.
Mostly me. Yeah. So.
But there's kind of this like, I don't know how to describe it. This is feeling when you come off of it. It's kind of like a high. You're getting off of this high, and you got that vibe still when you come back home, and you're still feeling it, and you feel the echoes of camp. And the only way I can describe it is, if you were at camp, you'll understand this. When you if everything's going on like kind of in a main area and everyone's hanging out and having fun, and you kind of walk off maybe just to run to your cabin or something, you hear the echoes in the distance of the people talking and the laughter and the music, and you know, everything kind of like out in the forest. And I feel like when I get back from camp, I can hear that in the back of my head still. It's still there. It's still echoing in your mind. And
I came back and I was extremely tired. I feel like, you know, we stressed about it for like a month straight, you know, like every day or even 2 months, trying to get everything done as much as possible.
Yeah.
And literally when I got home, my client that had a first hold on me didn't renew my work, so I literally spent all week sleeping. Like, I'd sleep in until noon, I'd work for a couple hours, and then I'd go back to bed from 2 to like 4 when my kid got home. It was awesome.
There's like bad juju in like the Halo group. Like, everybody's getting like laid off, or gigs are falling through, and like all of this stuff's weird. But you know, it's a fresh start. You know, it's fall, as you know. If you listen, it's my favorite month.
The weather this morning was beautiful for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, it's time to break out the pumpkin spice lattes and the yoga pants. So,
well, Dave's always wearing his yoga pants.
Well, that's true. That's true. I wear my pajamas 99% of the time, let's be honest. You know, and that's what you get to do when you work from home. So it's kind of nice. But yeah, so we'll have more about that. If you want to go check out, of course, if you're on the Discord, there's so much going on in the Camp Mograph Discord. You can check all that out. You can check out like the photos that everybody took and everything. So much fun. And Jags did an Animal Crossing, I don't know if you'd call it a spoof, really. It's just an Animal Crossing version of Camp Mograph.
Yeah,
which is awesome. So go check that out. And yeah, and we'll talk about more about that next week. So yeah. So thanks everybody for coming. Everybody who came out, it was magical to say the least.
Yes, it was.
So, yeah, but Fred, let's talk about you. We I don't know. We met. I don't know if we met in person. I guess you met Matt at one point in person, but the 3D Motion show. You were on the 3D Motion show. Was that this year or last year? I don't remember now. Oh, it was last year.
2 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Time goes pretty fast. I mean,
sure does.
In March, I've seen Matt. I mean, we didn't speak together, but I was in LA, and yeah, March is now pretty. It seems to be very far away for our mind. So I don't know why, but yeah.
Yeah, so let's learn about you and your career a little bit. you know, I don't know much other than what I've seen, you know, as far as your art and your Instagram and 3D Motion Show.
Are you free? Let's start with, are you freelance or are you working for the man?
No, I'm a freelancer since 10 years now.
10 years, nice.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah.
And you're
complicated.
located in France, right? How's the scene there? Like, how's the work? You know.
I mean, pretty good. There's a bunch of good freelancers that I'm working with sometimes. Some people that I know are just new guys that coming from our school or new studios that I didn't know or met. So Paris is good. Yeah, as a freelancer, I mean, you can work easily with worldwide, of course, and but there is good studios over there. I can tell, like, but there is a lot big and small studios. So yeah, that's how I've started my career. So yeah, you can easily have pretty good work in Paris. I mean, Paris or in
is the
France.
majority of your work based from French companies, or is it all across Europe, United States?
Most of them from US and UK.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. I have some commercials from I've done in Paris, but most of my works come from American studios, more from California, such Elastic or Imaginary Forces, even The Mill. I've just started to work with them.
Nice.
Since a few weeks, so that's pretty cool to know how every studios are working even differently. So that's you learn every day. So that's perfect. Pretty cool.
Kevin Rupp sent me the link to 3D Motion Show. It was actually in May of last year, so it's been good. It was about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, I guess.
This
So
is beautiful work.
playing the demo here. I think we have a lot of mutual friends as well. I think, like, I saw one of your pieces had a credit from Brian Coleman in there. For something. I'll have to
Maybe
look
we
up
don't
and see
have
what it is.
acquaintances.
Yeah. I think he worked on, I can tell you which one it was, actually. It was, says, here it is. It says CG artists. Of course, you might have been working on, you might have been working with a company that had him on there or something. But I noticed his name in the credits for this one here among the other artists. I see Medi 4D in here. I see Stuzor.
Yep.
Ryan the Texan, who I assume is from Texas.
I would hope.
I don't know.
I think so. It was based in England during the production, but I think it's from US. Yeah.
So
a lot of good people.
tell us about your background. Did you go to school for this, or are you like self-taught off the internet?
I plan to go to school, but with my best friend, we used to film, like physically, like live action, type of exercise. So first it was the only knowledge I had was to film with a small camera and trying to do things like young things. But no, I decided to stop my file to go to school. I plan to go to a school in Paris called 3IS. It's a big one, but only in France. And I said no, like last second. I just put my file in trash, and it wasn't for me. I mean, it was a lot of money, and I was young, so also I was not very, excited by that. So I stopped. I never did. So it was an early stop. So no, it's no school.
So you started off doing like just shooting videos with your friends and stuff.
Exactly.
Did you get into like what brought you into the 3D world or whatever? Going from shooting live into you know,
Sure.
for me it was I wanted to make logos 3D. You know, that was it.
The first thing that I missed in the short film that I've done was blood, like
Right. Okay.
like splash and every like things that you can broke, but only in VFX. So I was like, okay, we are going to shoot some things. Every weekend we were outside in the garage or whatever, but outside with my friends. And at the end, after 2-3 months, we decided to check who's the best software to learn how to make splash and everything. So we tried to use After Effects for first. So 3D came, but maybe 2 or 3 years after the live action and After Effects things. When I decided to bring some logos, for example, or some science fiction shape or abstract things into my short films. So yeah, step by step. And during my first job in a studio called Human Film, I don't know if it does exist anymore. It's French. And the one was owned by Olivier Dahan, who made La Môme, the French movie about Edith Piaf. And he brings a lot of energy. This film brings a lot of energy to the studio. So I've learned everything, like many things. Like I don't know if you know Shake.
Oh yeah,
you know Shake. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So I started to learn Shake and other good tips on Adobe After Effects. And I've started Cinema 4D during this period. And with tutorials, like many of them came from Video Copilot and other, but I can't remember exactly the platform that I was searching for. I don't know.
Yeah, Shake was like the Apple software. I think it was purchased from somebody else, and I remember there just weren't video tutorials at the time. I remember going through the manual and reading about it, trying to figure out what in the world a node was and how to use a node.
Exactly.
Apple buying up software just to kill it.
I know, right?
But it was a good one. It was pretty efficient.
Hardcore. Yeah, it was, and that's why I wanted to learn it, because I really wanted to learn how to do those things. But it was too early for me, and I think in my career to really understand what I was doing at all. But I had a conversation with my daughter yesterday because she was working on a homework project about just learning things off the internet. Like if you don't know how to do something, just Google it. Like pretty much you can learn how to do anything from Googling it. And I realized that, she pretty much knows what I do, and, she has some interest in art and things like that. And, she's seen a lot of my work, but I don't think she ever realized that I didn't actually go to school for that. And I told her, do you know that all this stuff that I do, I did not learn in school? She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, like... Just I have, of course, I went to school for film or whatever.
Her mom's
but
not gonna be happy that you told her that.
Right? You don't need college.
You don't.
Yeah, yeah. But being self-taught is a great thing, and having the ability to self-teach is like super valuable. So how did you move forward after that? So you didn't finish school. So did you turn to Google?
No. First, I moved from France. I had the opportunity to work with my best friend in Ibiza, in Spain, for 8 months. And so the owner of one big club asked us to make some videos, like abstract videos, to put on the project on the club. And so every week or 10 days we had to make 30 minutes videos, and everything that we learned we put on the video. So we were learning a lot,
Lots of fly from space, and then you know.
Exactly. Every filter or everything that
Right.
we were supposed to learn were in this video. So it was pretty cool because we were paid to learn and it was in Ibiza. So it was like a good situation for 8 months. And after this step, I've been to like maybe 5 months to La Sorbonne. It's a faculty to learn how the history of cinematography, of cinema itself. And so I've been for 5 or 6 months, and but there is no softwares, nothing that I was looking for something else. So I've moved, and I tried to learn in my room. Like my father was desperate, but I was. You'll see in the future, and it was the next step.
And what kind of software were you running at the time? What year was that, I guess?
Like,
approximately.
It was maybe 12 or 13 years ago.
Okay.
So I used Adobe Suits.
Yeah. I love that you got hired for, just doing just cool visuals and stuff like that, especially doing that for 8 months straight, where you literally, I'm assuming they didn't have a lot of pushback on what you were delivering, right?
Pushback,
like critiques, or like, no, let's not do this, or something like that. Basically everything you threw at them, they were okay with.
Yeah. They were like, we gave the CD, and it was the V1, the
right. I think that's cool because it gives you a chance to basically be as creative as you want, with very little pushback, and you're still getting paid for it.
Yeah, it's rare. It's rare. It's yeah. Am I correct?
What's that?
It's non-common.
Yeah, it's very uncommon. Yeah.
Right. Uncommon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a good experience.
So where did you go after that?
Back to France, and and I was more kind of professional after this Ibiza event and this small I've learned a lot with my friends. So we spent many nights still learning After Effects and 3D, and at the end I tried and I found some freelance job, luckily, because I'm still unknown, but I was like, there is no Instagram, maybe Facebook was just beginning, so the social media was totally out of there is no way to manage with that. So I start my career as a freelancer, and step by step I moved, and I tried to make a lot of personal projects. It's not a daily routine, but I like that. And when people see that, okay, there is a lot of new pictures or videos every week or every month, that's maybe a good thing. It's positive for your future clients. I don't know. So, and yeah, I'm still like that. So
I'd love to hear how you got in with some of these really big studios. Like, was it through someone else, or did they see your work and just contact you out of the blue? I'd love to hear about that, because I think there's so many people out there, really talented people, who just don't know how to get started, especially working with some of these big name studios.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. There is many ways. For example, with let me remind me, for Elastic, I think, I'm pretty sure about that, I've sent an email. I've sent an email because I was in LA for this period, and I was like, okay, I'll do that, and I have a reply, and it's cool. Even if it's a no, I did it, so no regrets. Or I don't do that, and there is maybe like I missed an opportunity, or I don't know, something. So I've just did it, and I met some good creative over there. And I remember I've worked with Elisa Bolan for the first time at Elastic, which is a brilliant person and very talented. So, and from France, when I went back to France, I started to work with her, and for 2 or 3 projects. And like that, it grows naturally. And I've worked with other creative from Elastic. And I met other people from other studios in other with events. Events is pretty awesome to meet new people and to discuss, even to have like feedbacks on your work. It's pleasant for everybody to work and to share. And sometimes, when you are young, you seem to annoy people, like
sure,
there is a lot of people like me, so why me, etc., etc. And sometimes you have just to I don't know, sometimes it works like easily, and and the match goes pretty fast, so yeah, you just have to do what you think and what you feel. If you like a studio and you don't know how to reach them, just email them via the info@blah.com or whatever.
Right. Okay.
But and sometimes, I don't know, I've done that maybe 2 or 3 times, but I think even if you do that 10 times and if you have just 1 reply, that's awesome. I mean, because you have like a first step, so now it's your way to prove that you can do that.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
You won't know if you don't try.
Yeah,
exactly.
And Dave and I, when we're, I guess we still do. We haven't done one in a while, but when we were doing DFWC 4D, we would. There's a lot of networking involved, and we would put our own money into it in order to run this event, and we always knew that if we were able to show off some of our work to some people, eventually it would come back tenfold, which it did. And being able to meet people and show off your work, even if you're making a little bit of investment on yourself, that it comes out. It'll almost always come out net positive.
Yeah.
And
plus, there is a lot of people that, for example, in LA, I know there is a bunch of people that artistic director, designer, and creative, and I met a lot of nice guys and good people. I mean, that's just with Instagram, you can send a message like directly. So if there is a reply, it's cool because you can just share a beer or coffee or whatever, and it's fun talk. And I met Jack Ferguson like that, and it's such a nice guy. So, and we are still speaking about our lives, like and so I don't know. Yeah, it's a way of. Sometimes people are scary to do that. That's totally understandable. So I get it. But if you feel it, just do it.
Do you go to a lot of meetups? Like, I mean, I don't know how often they're going on now, but before COVID, like MDC or.
There was just the Motion Plus Design in France last week or the week before, right?
Yeah.
Did you go?
Yeah. Okay. Some people, some friends were there, so I met them again, and I met Andrew for the second or third time.
I thought it was weird that Andrew was presenting for Otoy, like they didn't have him speak. Yeah, they didn't have him speak, or like he wasn't but he was presenting for Otoy specifically, which was interesting to me.
He had a first talk before.
Oh, we did. Okay.
Yeah, and like it's an hour talk, and after this one, yeah, he made a presentation for Otoy.
That's cool. Did he show off Nebula?
I was about to ask
I
that.
doubt it. Doubt it.
No, he was talking about more personal stuff,
Okay.
which it was, yeah, it was pretty cool to hear and to learn things that we were talking about, some tips, some old tips that still working actually now for VFX artists. So, but I think the motion plus design will release the I don't know how it works, but it will on the website, I think, in a few weeks, I think. I don't know. So,
okay.
But yeah, it was pretty, and you always learn about new artists, so that's cool. And yeah, since COVID, it was.
I think Sasha Vinogradova, she presented. I love her. Her work is
she's great.
Some of my favorite.
Yes, yeah, I've just discovered her work during the show, and and we discussed about that, and it was yeah. It's cool to see how people learn about their actual art and how they manage to work as a freelancer, in studios, and yeah, that's pretty cool. They work a lot. That's they are cool.
Sasha, she's fun to hang out with, and
yeah, she is.
Yeah, she'll go drinking with you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like, she can throw down. Like, she was all ready for EJ to go like brewery hopping and everything. That's so funny. Yeah, she's fun. And I wonder, do you know French Monkey?
I met him during the Video Copilot show with Andrew Kramer in Barcelona years ago, like maybe 5 years ago. Wow. Yeah, I don't know him like personally, but I met him. Yeah.
Because he's not in France anymore, right? I think he's in
he's
Spain.
in Greece.
Greece? Spain?
I think he's in Greece, isn't he?
I can't remember.
Greece.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But since a while now, right?
Yeah, he's been there for a while.
Yeah.
We haven't had him on the show for a while.
I know. We need to like. I think he was on the show before we did video, if I'm not mistaken. I think we need to check back in. You know, see how he's doing.
We had video. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember now, but yeah, because he did it. He built like a studio and a bunch of stuff. We should definitely catch up.
Yeah, see if he's got a new single coming out.
Right.
He's also a singer.
Yeah. Tell us about some of the projects that you've worked on lately that you've enjoyed.
Some are...
You're like, that I've enjoyed.
Yeah.
But I've done a lot these few months, but I think like maybe 95% are not released yet, and there is a lot of NDA things. But no, I remember one good thing that I've done during COVID was to work with Karine Fong.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, she's wow, talented, as everybody knows. And yeah, we've done some research and design for the Wheel of Time show. Wheel of Time, the Wheel of Time show.
Wheel of Fortune.
Let me.
No. Wheel of Time.
Wheel of Time. What is that? Oh, is it a TV show?
Yes. The Wheel of
I'll look
Time.
that up now. Yeah, it's
Oh, okay. Neat. That's an Amazon original.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, Wheel of Fortune? What? No, that's stupid.
No, the Wheel of Time. It was a good name, and we spent like weeks to develop, and it was my first time with IF, so and so it was it's maybe it was done like years ago, but during COVID, but it was released lately because of the COVID. So, but it was a pretty good experience, and it was also the first time in remote. I mean, with US, so it was also a good experience to discover. with the 8 hours or 9 hours delay. So yeah, it was pretty intense and fluid at the same time. So it was pretty interesting and a lot of tips that I'm
How's
still learning with.
How do you deal with the time difference? You know, like I know I have one client who is in San Francisco, so there's a 2-hour time difference between us. I can only imagine the time difference between LA and you. You know, it's like what was fun. We used to have Phil Roberts, Raid Zero, you know, do work for us when we were working on some of the Madden stuff back in the day, and he would be 5 hours ahead of us, so he would start getting, you know, he'd start working way before we started, you know, and be almost done by the time we started our day, you know, which is it's as a company, it's cool because then you've got people working all the time, you know, but I'd love to hear your side of it if it became difficult or waiting on changes or, you know, stuff like that.
I think it's, I mean, if you work with the West part, I mean, from France, that's a good point for me, because every day you have normally a daily call, which is night, end of the day for me. So around 6:37 now. But the thing is, I have everything. I mean, I can work easily during the day without any phone call, any email, anything. I'm very efficient during the day. And there is no change, nothing like, you know, removed or everything. So yes, it's easier for me to work like that, because I can focus on the job that the studio gave it to me the day before.
Yeah.
So it's a process to I have to I don't know, it's now it's easy.
Yeah
I
love that.
I've
like
never done the Russia part or the East part, so I don't know, but this side I don't know.
You never had any Japanese clients where you're the one who they're starting after you?
Nope.
Or Australian clients?
No, yes.
Did you do the title sequence on Wheel of Time, or were you doing something in the show like effects or?
The research. We were thinking about the idea and the art direction. Karen was the lead about the plot and everything, the idea and how to do things. And before the animation, we pitched a lot of still frames, and I was part of this.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Cool. So that's what I put some stills on my website, and normally I put everything that, you know, I'm clear about what I've done, and put the right frames at the right.
I'll try and pull that one up too. I saw that you have some other title sequences too. Let's see, it was what was the one I was looking at? The one from Truth Be Told, season 2.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us about that one.
I was more involved in this one. I was more part of, stills and animation. And this show, the main title was done with Filmelight, which is a UK, it's a UK studio, and they are a partner of Elastic in US, so they are a partnership. And I managed to work with Denis Baudard, which is he was the executive creative director on this one, and we made a lot of stills and but compared to the Wheel of Time, I was also part of the animation.
I see a lot of fog and stuff in here. Are you you in Redshift, or are you in Octane, or?
I used to be on Octane, but I'm now like Redshift 400%, and and Cinema 4D, and also Houdini. So yeah, I'm trying to learn the process, but Redshift 100% for Houdini and Cinema 4D. All the main title was on Redshift, I think. Yeah.
And I'm noticing
Beautiful
you have
work,
like a lot of
beautiful
water stuff too. Like, what is your go-to for doing water?
I mean, X particle works pretty well. I used a lot of on this one. This is for glasses. There were some Houdini and Cinema 4D simulation. And
Are you working in Houdini currently?
yes, sometimes yes. Most of my time in Cinema 4D, but I'm trying to keep learning Houdini, in the background. Yes.
Yeah.
That's rad.
And then we used to work with Florent Bizek, which is also a good artist, a French artist based in Paris, and we were two on this one.
I also saw there's something for, oh gosh, where did it go? I don't know which one it is now. I lost it. It was one having to do with NFTs. Yeah, I think this is it here. It's NFT in America.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us more about that.
This is an event launched by Cook Ewo. He launched the same guy that launched the Motion Plus Design.
Yeah.
And the session was, but it was the same weekend as the Motion Plus Design in March in LA, and it's a big event where like maybe a lot of speakers are on stage, and they are pretty interesting because they give to the people the knowledge to and describe how works NFTs and how to work with NFTs. So it was the main title, not the main title, but yeah, it was a title for the event.
I recognize this name right here.
Yeah, me too.
Amani, not Emily.
Yeah.
Which we found out that when we actually heard her name pronounced.
Yes.
Our bad.
Yeah, it was a premiere for me too, because and for Cook too, it was the first time in LA, and it was gorgeous. But I mean, it was pretty interesting to discover that there's a lot of artistic on the NFTs and creativity on the NFTs. So, and I didn't know this world, so pretty interesting. Yeah.
And you've got like human characters, like this shot right here. That is not easy to do. I figure that's why a lot of people like spacemen, because they can just put a helmet on them. That's got to be a lot. Like, what kind of roadblocks did you hit doing characters?
So to make this one, I used Character Creator. I don't know if you know the software.
What is it called?
Character Creator, I think. Let me check.
Character Creator?
Yeah. And ZBrush. Yes, from Real Vision. And it's pretty interesting because you can easily have a fluid workflow. You can make your base on Character Creator, put it on ZBrush, and re-export it on Character Creator, and you have the ability to rig the face, to have and also now you can rig the entire body. I don't know the new version, but
Dave, I just threw that in there if you want to take a look at it. That's pretty neat.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's not. In my sense, it's not user friendly sometimes. There is a lot of button and there is a lot of things that you for nothing sometimes. but yeah, it's pretty interesting to drop an eye on this one. And it's easy to put it on Houdini after that, or Cinema 4D, or I mean your basic 3D software, and the animation was done on Cinema 4D manually. And
Neat.
How hard
But
was it
there's-
to do the texturing and everything? Because I'm assuming that you have to do that after this.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes, but this is the tricky part, because to have something very natural, you have to work a lot, and you can easily like find it. Okay, it's CG or it's real, and the space is between is pretty thin. So
Right.
so that's why also my character is not on the dark, but most of the time in the dark. So yeah, but the character creator makes some UVs, of course, and some
Right.
maps, a lot of maps that with mask and everything. So it's a big process to manage with Redshift for me. So it's a long process to have like the SSS, the subsurface scattering, to have even the airs. You have to work a bit to have a good result. But it was the question, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, like, for example, like, you know, these people in this demo here have, you know, hair and everything on their face. I'm sure there's like maybe some subsurface scattering involved. I mean, that's got to be. Does it bring in the hair and everything? Do you have to kind of redo that once you get into cinema, or?
We do it again. Yeah.
Yeah.
We do it again.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Yeah.
But
Man,
it's
This is crazy, and it's
pretty-
only $350. I definitely want to try this,
Yeah.
and then I'll hate myself, you know, after doing it. But still, like, gosh.
Well, I
But
guess
that
one of the
uncanny valley, man. I'll tell you
Right.
what. It's
Yes.
like
Right.
That's the fear.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, doing cartoons and stuff. That's pretty cool. You know.
Sure.
Yeah. A question from the chat from Joel was the character hand animated on those shots, or did you do mocap for that?
No, it was manually. I
Okay.
bought the mocap right after this one. Yeah.
And so, what have you been doing in mocap? Did you buy a suit?
Yes, the V2.
It's hanging up behind him.
Rococo.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you can't
nice.
see. Yeah.
Okay.
It was
Yeah,
earlier.
it's on
Yeah.
it's on the wall.
Yeah.
But yeah, I bought the V2 because Rococo suit, and I think I don't have time now to use it properly, but I've done some tests, and the good thing that with mocap, it's difficult because you have to clean a lot of keys. That's for sure, you have to do that. If someone tells you like, oh, it's easy, you put the suit and clean, boom, it's in
Right.
Cinema 4D, and there is no works after that. That's a lie. But you can easily manage to make animation manually. And the good thing with Rococo, with mocap in general, is to have like organic movement that you can't or hardly have when you, for example, when you stand like that and you wait for a train or a bus, you're always in movement. Your body is always in movement, even if it's slight movement. But
Right.
you can easily have it in mocap.
Yeah.
That's the good thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, to have something very natural, this is pretty interesting. But I have to manage a lot of, not a lot, but some issues now. To climb stairs, for example. I'm working on a personal project, and yeah, I want to use it a lot. So, but I think for me, it's interesting to use it in ways, but to manually animate your character in another way. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's-
great to have the subtle movements and everything, but I'm kind of in the same boat. Like we did some motion capture with the suit, you know, some test stuff when we got it, you know, and got a whole bunch of like stuff saved, and now it's kind of the same thing, just trying to work and do
Lots
other
of
things.
mocap
Not a
and
lot of
stuff like that.
yeah, but not a lot of time to
we
like
had-
experiment with it, you know.
we had Sam from Rococo come to camp, you
Yeah.
know, and do a whole motion capture workshop. It was really fun seeing people in those suits. We had like four suits all at a time, people doing stuff and the facial rig and stuff. It was pretty neat, but I think they were using Maya, and from what I hear, it's a lot better built for Maya than it is for C4D. Like that pipeline's just easier, and you get a better quality one coming out of it.
Right. And I noticed that he was doing some, when I stepped in at one point, there was some capture going on with like live scenes. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to what program it was. I don't know if it was Unreal or Maya or whatever, but it was cool to see. I want to say it was like a night scene or medieval something. And they were working with live capture with the scene, like within the scene, not just,
that's cool.
you know, so that was kind of cool. So what kind of projects are you working on coming up?
That you can talk about.
That you can talk about, of course.
Yeah. I've just released some frame on Instagram. I'm developing my short film, Away at Night, which is a thing a short that I wrote it during the summer for a month, and I've just dropped my computers and everything, and I just wanted to write and draw and using my hand, like physically. So I've written this short film. I'm developing now, so I'm still searching for some aesthetic and also making the development for the characters. So it's I mean, this is the main one that I'm going to develop, and yeah, also I want to move a bit from the realistic character part that I've used. I'm using like usually to have something different. So I'm working on it. But so yeah, this is the main one, and also other print stuff. More focus on one object, one shape, which is more like a daily frame and exercise. But it's also something like, you know, you can breathe, you can chill on this type of project too. That's a good point. So I've started this like this Sunday, and I released also three shapes on Instagram. So I'm going to make some project like that, some quick animation and quick stills. So yeah, I'm going to make that for the chill part, you know. And
yeah.
This is it right here, right? Is this the one you were talking about? Yeah. Yeah, I like. How are you going about creating some of these textures? Is displacement?
This is bump, displace, and
ZBrush.
I used ZBrush, and I also make my own bump map. I make some photos and I use them to make things from A to Z, like from scratch. I did everything without any maps that from Quixel or whatever or other package. I tried to do it manually.
Yeah, what are some of your go-to places to get content like that? Quixel. I know it's super helpful to have a good library on standby.
Yes, it's I'm using Quixel, of course. It's a good it's a pretty good tool, and sometimes, for example, we've done Medusa with 3 other friends like a year ago. It was a personal project that we tried to achieve fastly, and we did it. It is what it is, but it's I like it, and we tried to make our own assets. Not all of them, but like 75% was done by us.
Yeah.
And also I used, and maybe my friends used also Quixel to reach sometimes for maybe because we find the good one and we think that okay, we need this column for the palace and whatever, so it works pretty good, so we use it. But it's I think it's also interesting to keep and to keep learning how to make your own model sometimes, because you can't
absolutely.
just
Right.
yeah, that's interesting to know how it works, how things are done. Of course, on many projects you can have the time to make your own rock, your own trees or whatever, so that's complicated. We all know that, but on your free time, sometimes it's interesting to keep the basics.
Right.
It's my.
I think eventually it's going to get to the point where there's so many things out there, like so
Many
many
assets.
subscription services, asset
Yeah.
services. You know, right now you've got Envato and Grayscale Gorilla, and I mean, hell, one day Turbo Squid, I guarantee, is going to go subscription.
Yeah.
You know, you pay
Yeah.
$100 a month, you can get whatever things you
Oh,
want.
that would be sweet.
That would be sweet,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I'd
But
pay
I'm
it.
saying it's
for
like
sure.
modeling yourself is going to become, only the people who started out learning how to do this are going to continue being able to model. And I think that's going to, among some, being able to do all the textures yourself and being able to do everything yourself is what's going to set those people apart.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What do I know?
Yeah. It will lower the barrier to entry for a lot of people too, to not have to do that, So, yeah. Matt, why are you talking to yourself in the chat?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's Amy.
I was gonna say, I hope that's Amy. Either that or you're hacked. So, I mean, Amy's elite hack sword now.
Yeah, we've got a shared email account that is like our main YouTube premium one that we let our kid on,
Yeah.
so that he doesn't have to see ads all the time. And I'm pretty
Right.
sure that's it. Hi, Amy.
That's funny.
I love you.
Or it's one of your kids, whatever.
Or it's one of my
Yeah.
yeah. If it's Gibson at school, I'm gonna be real pissed off right now.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, she was fun.
So, oh, there he goes. Yeah, switched. What is your dream project?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Wow.
Yeah,
Let
like
me an
dream
hour and
dream client or like dream genre. Like what's something is it a title sequence? Is it effects? Is it is there one company that you really want to work with?
Would it
I
be
like-
J.J. Abrams came to you
Yeah.
and said, "I need you to do the next Star Wars"?
Yeah.
no, title sequence are very creative in a way, so that's a good exercise. And but I think the good project will be with the good people. I mean, the people that it's all good. You can, I don't know, that's pretty always the case. That's a chance. But yeah, main title will be something that interesting. Also a music video. It's longer than a short film, so you can also have another type of storytelling. So that's also interesting, because main titles are interesting because you can put the keywords on it in image, and it works. Like it's if you the crown, for example, it's insane, and it works, and you have the crown itself moving, animating, and creating. And I think for a music video, for example, you can also keep the creativity and also have a real storytelling with an end, the beginning, a middle, and an end, like a short film, for example. That's also a good thing. Maybe 5 minutes project would be interesting for the future.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
I love the idea of doing a a music video and stuff. I think that would be, I feel like early in our career, we used to hear about people doing music videos all the time. Now it's not so much,
Yeah.
Because MTV killed the video star or whatever.
Internet killed the video star.
The internet
right?
killed the video star, But I don't know. You don't hear about people doing music videos that often.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that'd be fun.
Some artists, some musician. For example, I have one in mind, Woodkid. I don't know if you know Woodkid. He's a good artist, by the way. I think he's using Houdini, and he loves to play with image and sound. So he's not making his own music video. I don't know, maybe, but he loves to play with both elements. So some musicians are very in love with music videos, so they keep that in their journey.
I don't even know where to watch music videos now. Do you watch them on YouTube, I guess?
Yeah, I think it's just YouTube, right?
I guess.
I don't know.
What is the one that Vivo or whatever?
Vivo. Yeah, but that's what, I don't know. I think it's just YouTube. You just go to their page.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just feel like it used to be so fun back in the MTV days, even when they slowed down the music videos and had sideshows like Syphil and Ollie, or
Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah. At least there were still music video segments. I just remember in high school, it was near the end of the real MTV era, but being able to just sit there and watch video after video and really get ideas and think about it and be like, oh man, how did they do that? And that's really creative, and that feeling is kind of gone. You might see a music video, but you see it because someone sent you a link or something.
Music videos used to be the thing that where directors spun off of.
Right.
You've got your Chris Cunninghams, your Michel Gondry's,
your
Spike Jones.
Yeah.
And it's that's
Michel Gondry, man.
Dude.
The whole director's series that they did on, you could buy at Best Buy
Absolutely.
back in the early 2000s. It was all music videos.
Chris Cunningham, I had that thing. I played it over and over and over again. One of my biggest influences for wanting to get into this industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. We need to go back to shooting music videos, doing music videos.
Right?
The thing is, I just don't think I don't think musicians have money for it anymore. It's let's just throw a bunch of stock music or not even do it at all.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Studios paid for those videos anyway, so they would.
There's no TRL anymore. We need. Let's bring back TRL.
Yeah. What's his name? What was the guy?
I don't know.
He's got a talk show now, or he did for a while.
Yeah.
What's his name? The guy. The guy.
Yeah, I know the guy. He used to date Tara Reid or whatever, right?
Yeah. Sure. I don't know.
You gonna make me look him up? Carson Daly.
Carson Daly. That's right. Carson Daly.
Oh.
I
digress.
Yeah. We're going to do a segment called Mograph Recommends, where we ask you some of your favorite things and find out some of your influences. And these answers can be either a recent favorite, or they could be a lifetime favorite, an all-time favorite. And so the first question is, what is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie?
Yeah.
Wow. Tough question. There's so many. I don't know. I mean, I love the science fiction movies a lot, but also adventure movies. Wow. I mean, complicated. I should say maybe.
What's one you've seen?
question.
What's one you've seen lately that you really liked? Is there one movie, a Netflix original, or something lately you've seen that you liked? And it doesn't have to be 3D related or anything. I mean, it could be.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Or you could be like me. I just don't watch movies, so.
I know. I'm watching movies, but once it's done, sometimes I forgot the name. Just even actors,
Right.
and But I've seen recently. I came by. I talked with Andrew Kramer last week, and I told him about this movie. I came by. It's there is no VFX, no CG, nothing. It's just a live action movie. It's a thriller about a young guy, a graffiti artist who discovers something very trash somewhere. I think it's in not London, London, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a good film because the story was surprising in a way. So I liked this one recently. I like a lot of shows. I mean, I've started again the House of Cards shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Yeah. It's a in terms of composition, it's just mind blowing. And that's why I decided to restart this one. Another show. Yeah, sorry, but films.
Have you seen RRR?
Which one?
So-
RRR. It's
so-
the Bollywood film.
Bollywood.
It's incredible. It's
yeah.
so incredible. It's very violent, but it's incredible.
But
It's
the
such a
effects
good
are
movie.
ridiculous.
Oh, dude.
I don't know this film.
Yeah.
We
You-
watched
you-
it. We watched it as a group. I had never heard of it either. We watched it as a group. Freddie Wong wanted us to all watch it together as a group, and like it's great as a group, you know.
Yeah.
Because some of the effects are just, or some of the stuff is just, the action is just way over the top, and it's so entertaining.
Yeah, and the whole premise was, you know, Freddie said, if you watch this movie, the best way to watch it is with a group of people.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like a group activity, and because it's just so over the top, and especially if you are in this industry, because what you're seeing on the screen, you're like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that they did that.
I can't believe they got away with that. Like,
right.
You know.
And
some of the animals are just like so obviously CG, you know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's great. It's so good.
Yeah.
Fully recommend it. It's 3 hours long.
Yeah,
Didn't
that's
feel
the only
like it
thing.
at all.
Wow.
Didn't feel like 3 hours at all.
It's long.
Yes. It's that's Titanic levels right there, you
Right.
know. So.
But the thing is, like, in comparison to like current Marvel movies and stuff, it doesn't feel like disjointed and convoluted. Like, it feels like it just follows a good story the entire time. Like, you know, it's great. It's great.
So how
You know
about?
what? About the Marvel movies, I think it's been like 5 years I didn't watch any Marvel movies.
Same.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'm not into them that much.
Endgame was like the last thing that I saw that I wanted to see, you know. That was the last Marvel movie where I was like, oh, I've got to see it, you know. But then, you know, I had seen a few of the TV shows like WandaVision and Loki. Loved Loki, you know. But those are easy to just throw on in the background or whatever
Yeah.
while you're surfing TikTok.
Yeah. Now, how about music? What are some of your favorite albums, artists?
I love blues.
Cool.
Yeah, blues. I mean, I'm listening a lot of blues, like old blues, but the Delta blues. A lot of that. But
B.B.
also,
King.
Yeah, B.B. King, for example. But there's few recent. Let me. Man, just can't remember the name.
I know zero blues.
Yeah.
Like,
This
I
is
know
a band?
nothing.
You know.
Oh no.
Zero, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
That'd be a good name for a blues band.
Yeah. Yeah, Otis Taylor. I don't know if you know this guy, but he looks like an old bluesy, but he's still alive and he's still playing in and doing concerts. And Otis Taylor is a pretty awesome artist. So yeah, it's one of my favorites. And also, yeah, a lot of also hip hop, like the old school one from 90s East Coast.
Oh, yeah.
And French ones. A lot of that, and some good old rock, Creedence Clearwater, for example. Yeah,
That's right down Dave's alley.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
All right.
Yeah.
Dave likes those 60s and 70s bands.
You know, I'm an old soul, so
easy listening.
That's what do you call it? The yacht rock.
Is that what it's called?
Some of it. Christopher Cross and I don't know. Yeah. Joel in the chat says everything everywhere all at once. I hear such good things about that.
It's
I know
on my
nothing.
list. Like I want to know nothing about it because I've been told if you go into it knowing nothing, like it'll just, Yeah. It will be nothing what you expect. I don't know.
I keep hearing about it though, so I should probably check it out. So do you listen to podcasts?
I like The Future.
Okay.
It's a pretty good one. About our world. This is some other but not very known. But I'm trying to have different type of podcasts, more historical ones, or more just audio, not video, but just audio ones, and also some stories like horror stories or thriller stories. It's also one of my that's even if when I'm working, I'm listening to this type of podcast. They are French, so I don't know. They are on radio and recorded as a podcast. So not a lot of music. A lot of music when I'm working. This is my main things.
How about video games?
I played a lot, too much maybe.
What do you play?
A lot of FPS, the
Halo?
Call of Duty's ones. Do you the one that stayed in my mind because I was younger and I was sharing that with my friends, like physically, was GoldenEye on Nintendo 64.
I think
there's
they
a new one.
They just announced.
Right?
Aren't they re-releasing it that you can play online?
Oh, is that what they're doing? There's something.
I think it's like the Nintendo 64 Virtual Console or whatever. Like they're releasing GoldenEye. I think that's what it is.
That's cool.
I need to look it up.
That's cool.
I think so.
It's cool.
Yeah, and so I played a lot. FPS was Battlefield, of course, with only on online with friends. I played a lot with my brothers also too. Do you know Broken Sword? It's an old one. It's an old one. When you are a detective in France, and you have to investigate on the murder, and you going. There is like 2 or 3 episodes, and Broken Sword was the first one, and it was all cartoon drawn. It was amazing, and you are on set, and the main character is moving because you are moving with him, and you are searching for some items, and step by step you're going to you find the bad guy at the end, and it was very inspiring in a way because of the colors, everything was very. It's always here 20 years ago because it was 20 years ago. So Broken Sword was a good one, and now also a lot of third person, Age of Empire type. Do you know? A lot of that, Age of Empire and Battle of the Middle Earth games with friends, and some sports, FIFA also sometimes, NBA, and
Any Halo?
A lot of, no, just I was looking for the trailer.
You're not missing out. It just makes you angry.
We got on with our Halo group and played the old Halo last night, which was fun. Played one of the older Halos, Halo 5.
By the way, GoldenEye is also being released on Xbox at 16:9 resolution, up to 4K, a smoother frame rate, and it's available on Game Pass. That's crazy, right?
Cool.
Dude, that'll be
Game
neat.
Pass. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Get the golden pistol, you know?
Exactly.
Are they upgrading the textures, or are they just upscaling the already bad textures?
They're probably just upscaling. You know?
Okay. All right.
But oh man, that's gonna be amazing.
How about
Your eyes are shining.
how about your what's your go-to app on your phone? What's your muscle memory like? What are you addicted to on your phone?
Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram, yeah.
And I mean, I had a discussion with my girlfriend, but I was upset with myself because I was like navigate too much and for nothing on Instagram, and sometimes it's just a reflex, and I was like, okay, well, what I'm doing, just it's you take your coffee, boom, you take your phone. I don't know why, and now I mean, 2 weeks ago I was like that, and I was saying to myself, why? So Instagram is the main one, and I'm not too addicted to my phone.
Any TikTok lately, or?
No, I refuse to install these things. No, Instagram is just consuming. It's consuming.
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 Yeah.
So
TikTok's even worse. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never did. I never installed it. So no. Just just Instagram. Yeah.
All right.
And Behance.
And what?
Sorry. Behance.
Oh. Oh, and
Behance.
Yeah.
Yeah, Behance.
You don't hear a lot about people going on Behance lately. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's still there. It's still alive and kicking. You know.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I mean, Adobe owns it, so I assume it'll go to the wayside here soon. You know.
What about? We got two more questions on here. One of them is, what is your favorite plugin? Cannot be a render engine.
It's a standalone, so no. I think Xparticle is a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yep.
Even though they renamed their thing to Nexus, which
Even though they named it after your company.
Yeah. It's I don't know why, but everybody's do that. Like it's it's the same plugin, but we have to we name it another. I don't know why, but.
Yeah, I don't know why they just couldn't call it. I mean, because all the Nexus stuff is it's just dynamics.
Yeah.
Everything else is the same. That now don't quote me on it, but from opening it up after installing it, you've got a little tab for Nexus. That's where all the old dynamic stuff was. So it's all GPU based. I mean, couldn't they still just call it dynamics? I don't know. It seems like they're trying to be flashy with
There's
it.
too many people naming their stuff Nexus, so
right.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes me mad.
Stop trying to make Nexus cool. Nexus was already cool.
Right.
Yeah. But Xparticle is the main one. Let me check my no, I have only this one. So
yeah, that's good though. You don't want to rely too much on plugins,
Yeah.
Okay, here's
I reinstalled I installed the new version of Cinema, and I had to get all my plugins, and I just decided, I just decided to install them fresh, and I really only had 3 plugins that I had to do. It was Insidium, Grayscale Gorilla Hub, and Octane. That was it,
Yeah. I'm going to have to reinstall my stuff, I think, pretty soon, from scratch. Windows is just getting too... I mean, every 5 years or so, you've just got to do a fresh install.
I know.
So,
I feel
especially
like it's getting like that, yeah.
With my Dropbox being completely borked. So
yeah, it is.
Thanks, Dropbox, for changing every every file path for every project I've ever worked on. But we'll get into that another time. All right, the last question on the list is, this is a tough one. This is your favorite life hack. And it can be something funny or stupid. It could be something serious, you know, as far as like workflow is concerned. It can be like Mitch Myers says, turn the toaster on its side for some bomb-ass grilled cheese. It could be something, you know, about actual like productivity rather than grilled cheese. But
Right.
is there something that you do like maybe on a regular basis? Maybe one of those things that you just always do that you know you learn something and now it's just part of your daily routine.
I would question first life hack. It is like it's your main sentence. So it's your
Life hack. Yeah.
Life hack, like just a trick or a tip, something that you do to help you be productive or whatever. One of my life hacks is like when you're at the gas station, that's the time when you're waiting for the pump and you're bored because you're waiting for it to fill up. That's the time you clean out your car. You know, get the cans and bottles out of it, and, you know.
I have one, but I don't know if it's like useful every day. But I have one. I'll try to say it in English. But the good thing in life is the path.
Is the path.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like
the journey. It's about the journey.
It's about the journey. Yeah.
Totally.
Okay.
Because sometimes you think you think about the end of something to achieve a goal, but
right.
Okay, relax, just take it easy and think about how to go to the goal. So and you just think. I'm thinking about that, and I mean it's a resume about meet people, learn things. I don't know. It's life. I mean, yeah.
Enjoy the journey.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's what I tell Amy anytime I want to drive to Disney World. I'm like, hey, come on, it's about the journey, right? It's only 17 hours.
Yeah, no big deal.
Right?
Yeah. I was thinking about that the other day because we had quite a journey in the RV last summer, getting to Colorado, and there were many ups and downs of that RV journey. And it's funny because at the time it's like this is awful, but again you look back on that and you know it's good memories.
You remember exactly. So that's maybe the
cool. No, that's a good one.
I love it.
I
love it.
Yeah, for sure. Cool.
Good stuff.
Well, Fred, thank you so much for being on the show today. We appreciate you taking time to hang out with us and geek out a little bit.
Next time I'm in France, I'll hit you up.
Yeah.
Do it. Yeah.
We need to do a French meetup or like a European meetup or something.
Yeah, we do.
You know, I need an excuse for our company to pay for me to go to Europe. You know.
Yeah.
Give me a message and if you do that, I'll be there. I mean, to welcome you.
We'll do a France Camp Mograph.
Oh, that would be fun. That would be fun.
Right?
Yeah, we're talking about what it would take to do camp overseas, but I know it'd be a lot of work. But maybe
I mean,
someday.
I've had a few people hit me up about places that we could look at. You know,
yeah,
or they hit me up about Iceland. Just saying, you know.
Cool. Well, if people want to find you online, where's the best place to check out your work and maybe even get a hold of you?
The website and Instagram. Instagram is my it's Instagram.
Cool. Well, we're gonna get out of here. You can rate us on iTunes. You can leave a review on your podcatcher of choice. Help get our ratings up. Subscribe to the newsletter, which rarely goes out recently, but I'm sure we'll have another one go out at some point.
One day.
You can say you've been there, done that, got the t-shirt with the Mograph logo tee, the Paul Babb Feel the Bab 2020 shirt. All the profits from that go to Doctors Without Borders. The Render Things t-shirt, hoodie, and long sleeve tee. Hey, it's fall. It's time to get that Render Things hoodie. And then the Mograph Blandishment shirt and the That Render is Fire shirt, which you are only allowed to wear ironically. Unless you're
Unless
shams.
you're shams.
Which we should send her one. We were talking
need
about
to,
that at
yeah.
camp. We got to send her
Yeah.
one of those to wear
Yeah,
unironically.
I was gonna get one. I was gonna get one shipped to camp.
Yeah.
You know, but one, we had already shipped 8,000 boxes to camp. You know, and two, it wouldn't have gotten there on time. Dude, I was
Yeah.
so mad. I paid extra money to get because I didn't think the flags for the villages were gonna get there in time.
Mm-hmm.
I paid extra money to get another set, and they never even showed up.
Oh, geez.
Like DHL would not deliver them, but they delivered the other ones.
That's
I
weird.
was so mad.
That's weird.
So, anyway.
Cool. All right.
Yes, Fred, thank you so much.
Thank you.
To you guys. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah. Oh, and I'll also mention again, youtube.com/Mograph, Mograph.com, Mograph.com/live, and Mograph TV. Make sure you turn it on, watch it during the day, keep you company, turn it on, rip the knob off, and
Knobs anymore.
yeah, rip the infrared off.
Right.
But yeah, until next time, what?
Nothing.
Oh.
Go ahead.
But until next time, I'm Dave.
And I'm Matt.
And I'm Fred.
Have a good one.
Later, yo.
Thank you.
Back to my demo reel. It's getting there. It's almost there. Just need another almost. Stand by.